FreeMMOStation.com.
Hello and welcome to Path of Exile here from FreeMMOStation. This is Reese, other known as Reese's Pieces, and I'm going to bring to you this game for the next 20 or so minutes, giving you guys a first look at some of the gameplay, some of the things that might have changed over the open beta times. I don't know why I said seasons, but we're going to go with it anyways. This game is still in open beta. There's a countdown on the main screen that has, I believe, 13 days left, so this thing's been in open beta for a good while now, and I guess I feel comfortable enough to get out of it. This is a Diablo type game, meaning it's like over the overhead type view and RPG elements and whatnot. As you can see, I've played a little bit of two different characters to see what it is like on both of them, see the differences, and see if there's anything I really need to bring to you that should be different characters, which really there's not. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into the character select. As you can see, there is 6 characters you can choose from. There is this guy who looks kind of like a tank Templar. There's Shadow, who is a thief / assassin, I assume. Marauder being a warrior-based class. Ranger obviously being a type of archer. There's Duelist, who is I believe is an attack speed based DPS. I made him for a few bit, and that's a lot of his own skill tree. And then there's a Witch, who is obviously the caster of the group. So I made a Witch and a Duelist, and they're both pretty fun. So I'm gonna make a Ranger for this video. There is no changing of gender, I do believe. So you're kind of stuck with who you get, which isn't always kind of a letdown sometimes in some games, because you know some people don't like being, I mean, I don't really like it, but I'll deal with it. First off, when you're making characters, there are leagues. There's a difference between hardcore and standard for right now, and then apparently there's 2 other leagues that I don't understand. New 4-month challenge leagues start on October 23rd, so that might be something that you could look into when it comes out 23rd if you guys are interested. So in hardcore mode, a character killed in hardcore becomes a standard character, so I assume there's really nothing to lose besides, you know, not being in hardcore mode. So I'm going to put that on to be awesome for you guys, because I know you enjoy it. And I'm going to name her Reese's Bow Pieces, because I can. So what I'm going to be doing is just giving you some gameplay, so a little bit of information, and just try to influence you guys on liking the game, hopefully. As you can see, I'm underwater right now. I should be dead, but oh no, okay, I get a little breathing, and no, see, I should be dead, yeah. But of course I'm not, because that would be a terrible game if you just started off dead and never played a game. So I'm gonna get up here and pick up this bow. I'm gonna talk to this guy, and we all made it apparently. Oh, and then he's dead. And then I shot an arrow in his face, and now he's dead. So look at that. Revenge. Okay, so a few things on this game I guess I'll pick up as I get to them. Skills, active skills are crystals in this game. There's no skill trees in a sense, and there's nothing you unlock really with skills as you level up. You find them, you buy them, you trade them, and that's pretty much how the game works. So I found a burning crystal skill. So every weapon has a certain types of crystal spots. This one has 3, and obviously I believe depending what kind of weapon skill it is what slot it takes. So blue is like spells, green is range, and then red is melee, I believe. And every or most different types of items have that, so there's that going for the game. As you can see, it's kind of like Diablo, being that, you know, you have right and left click, and that is your forms of attacking, as well as these active skills here that you can put, I assume. And so the game early off starts out pretty slow, you know, I guess to give you kind of a feel for it, rather than jumping into giant amounts of mobs and whatnot, which is nice. It's good to have a little slow start so you're not overwhelmed right off the bat. I believe the community is pretty big, actually. It hasn't been out for too long. I want to say less than a year, including closed beta probably. But currently, as it's an open beta, it's actually really popular, and I'll show you guys something in a bit that'll kind of prove that, especially the chat seems pretty consistent. So I'm just gonna shoot a bunch of dudes in the head with a fire arrow, and I'm just magically making fire. These scrolls of wisdoms are the type of currency in this game. This game does not have any kind of currency, like money-wise. It is a bartering game, meaning that you trade for items rather than money. So instead of having $10, you can give them either different items, or there are different items that they use for currency in this game, which is pretty cool. And I'll show you that in about 2 seconds, so I don't die. Shoot these things with this lovely sounds. Ooh, excuse me. They came out of nowhere. So there are these things. These are scrolls of wisdoms. There's different kinds of different items like this. But as you can see, this one identifies items, and there's other ones that add either magical attributes and other type deals like that. So as we find them, I will show you them so you are familiar with them. And so far it's pretty basic. As you get farther into the game, of course, there's going to be a lot more different types of monsters, more enemies coming at you, stronger, faster. Boo, 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 boo. What's that song? Just kidding. I was just moving on. As you can see, there's health and mana, pretty typical. I leveled up, and so I will show you guys a pretty awesome aspect of this game. So this is a skill tree. It is a passive skill tree with maybe some actives in it. I'm not 100% sure, as I have not gone too far into the game. But let me zoom out for you guys real quick, and just you can take a gander at how huge this skill tree is. You can only put one skill point in every thing in here, so obviously you're not spending like 10 skill points on one thing, and you find it impossible to get to all of these. So every class has its own starting areas, these little try thingies. And the cool thing about this game is that you don't have to go down a set path. You can make your character into anything you want him to be. You can be a casting, like, elementalist ranger for whatever reason, and that's okay. So you can, but the bad thing is that you start off in the general area of your class, and if you wanted to be something else, like let's say you wanted to do intelligence and stuff, you'd have to make your way all the way over here, and then you'll start your actual class. So that's kind of the bad thing. So try to push it into the area that you should go down, but of course there's always that open customization that you can go down whatever you want. So I got a skill point for my level, so I'm gonna look at these two, and I'm feeling like being an attack speed typed dealer instead of evasion, so I'm gonna put a skill into evasion or attack speed, and we're gonna be on our way. Another thing is that you can change skills in this game. This is for future reference. I can't really do it right now, but on the weapons and items and equipment you have, there is there might be a chain between the two sockets right here, and that'll insinuate that the skills you have there, there, I just picked up one actually. This is a chained one. So if I put a fireball and an ice ball here, I don't know if you know if that's gonna work or would work, but those two would combine. It would be like a ice ball or an ire ball, and you can do that with multiple things. Obviously, there's cooler combinations. Like I could have a fire split shot, so I could put fire arrow and split shot, so I'm shooting 4 fire arrows. And that's just an example, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty realistic in this game. But that's a pretty cool element to have in this. I don't know if you guys have ever played Two Worlds 2. It's a kind of like this, except it's not as open and or overhead and stuff like that. But you can combine different things, having like ricochet fireballs or zombie skill shots, stuff like that. And that's a pretty cool element, because like in Diablo, you have a set skill tree, you have set skills you get as a character, and you have set stats and equipment. But in this game, the variety is pretty endless. You can do whatever you want and however you feel it. And as you can see over here, you level up your skills, I believe, as you use them, which is a really cool thing. I really like this because it makes you want to use that skill, especially if you wanted to get better. You don't buy it, you don't find it, you use it, and that gives it a little bit more of a edge. So clicking on it let me level it up, so it's obviously, I assume, better, either mana cost, damage, or casting time maybe. And that's a really cool thing to add to a game. I feel like that just adds more variety, adds a little bit more things to add to it. A game to relate to that is PSU, Fantasy Star Universe. They had a skill system like that. You use skills and you got them better. And as you got them better, they looked different, which was really cool. But of course, the skills themselves got better in damage and in other aspects. So I'm just going to continue killing things until I get to a town, which will be after I kill a ginormously huge scary dude. I'm not going to try to go for completion and get all the monsters here, but there he is. Hillock, because he's the size of a hill and something about locks. I don't know. But it looks like he's holding my arrows in his hands as I shoot it at him, which is pretty nice of you. Maybe saving for him for me. So I'm just going to continue to kite this dude around until he dies. I'm going to shoot that through his body because apparently I can do that. I'm just going to keep shooting arrows at him until I guess you fill up his body with arrows and he's nothing more than a body of arrows. It's pretty cool. It's like a quiver, a body quiver. Just put him on my back and there you go, I have a quiver. There's no ammunition in this game, so that's pretty nice. Even though it's more realistic, I don't really like ammunition. It kind of limits you. So as you can see in these, as the items drops, it shows you what kind of crystals they have. You can even hover over it, and it shows you if they're linked. So obviously, if you're looking for something special, you don't even have to pick it up to actually see what it is. You just look at what they dropped, and I'm just gonna actually pick it up just for selling sake to get some more of these currency items. So this is another one. This one creates a portal to town. And then there's this one. You can tell because they're golden. That bar over there is golden. So I got a few different currency items. And obviously those aren't really used unless you buy something. So I usually save them. You know, if you really want something like really needed, and obviously you would spend it. But other than that, I would try to save it for later on, especially with trading with people and whatnot. So I've killed Hitlock. Sounds like Hitler. Hillock, and I have to enter the town for my reward. So we're gonna go ahead and make our way towards that after I kill this dude because I can. Okay, so the map isn't too detailed. It's kind of a weird looking map. It's kind of cool in a sense because it's different, but obviously the orange is portals, blue is something. I actually don't know what blue is. It's a waypoint. That's what it is. I knew that. I was testing you guys. And so we're going to go in here. There's a stash. Stashes are not character bound, but account bound, so you can share with your other characters. I don't have anything because I haven't really put anything in here, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in there, and then I'm going to go sell off all this stuff. There's questing in this game, obviously, so it's not just a giant grind fest the whole time, which is always good. Gives you a little motive, gives you a little incentive. Find the medicine chest on the Tidal Island. So this is obviously where you need to go, and kind of gives you a little bit of an explanation of where you need to go. Not too detailed, but you can find your way. It's not too hard. So I'm gonna sell items, and I'm gonna show you guys what selling items gives you. I'm just gonna look at these real quick to make sure I don't need any of them. I don't think so. So I'm gonna throw this up, and I'm pretty sure depending on what you give them is what kind of item they give you. So I get a scroll fragment, and these become scroll of wisdoms, which are this. So you get smaller items to build into the currency, which is pretty fancy. And I'm just gonna sell everything because I really don't need any of this stuff as of now. The inventory could be a little bit bigger too. I just want to throw that out there because it's pretty small. I mean, I guess you don't need to pick up everything like I am, but I kind of a loot whore, so something I do. So I'm going to complete this quest, and I'm going to get a reward. So split arrow is what I was talking about. Dual strike. Attacks with both weapons. Okay, so that's for melee, I assume. And then reeve. Attach a small area in front of you. Each reeve that hits an enemy. So that's also a melee type skill. So obviously I was wrong in that red isn't all melee. So I'm sure there are some kind of aspects to it. So I'm going to get this one because it's the only one I can really use. And then, but I can't combine them. So maybe he has a bow that I can use to kind of... Oh wait, it wouldn't matter anyways, I don't think. But... Oh, here we go. Let's do this. I'm going to buy this. It's 1 scroll of wisdom. It says right there. So I'm going to buy that. I lost 1 scroll of wisdom. I'm going to put that in there. You can take crystals out whenever you want. So, it's not like you're doomed whenever you put it in there and you have to go rebuy it. So that's nice that you don't lose it forever. I don't want to buy. I'm going to sell now. And sell you that, sure. And then I have all the quests, it looks like. The little X's on the map are people, and the orange one's obviously you. And told me I have a quest complete. So I'm going to go on a little journey, give you guys a little bit more gameplay. I'm going to show you the skill, and hopefully it'll work out the way I said. If not, I'm going to look like a stupid person. So I have split arrow, I have burning arrow. So obviously I might have been wrong in a sense that the chaining doesn't really go together. Or if it does, I don't know how I would make it work. So obviously I look stupid because it's not really, can't really combine them in a sense right now. But I'm pretty sure that works unless it's only in some aspects, which, I mean, that's possible too. Because my efforts of trying to combine these are just completely failed. So that information might have been false. I would have thought it worked, but maybe not. It makes sense. It's gonna bother me, but I'm gonna have to just move past it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to move past it for now. So, oh, I didn't show you guys. So obviously there's a big community because I'm gonna go to this board that is in the main town, and instead of having to spam in chat, you know, looking for a party to do this and whatnot, there are public parties, and I know they're there. Oh, it might be because I'm in hardcore. I'm gonna say that's the reason. I made another character and it was just a normal one, and this whole entire board was full. But assuming because I'm on hardcore mode, there's no parties here that are looking for people. But generally that's full. Obviously you can see the chat, so obviously the game's not too underpopulated. I'm pretty sure it's actually really populated. So that's going to be my main assumption of why there was no one on that. It's technically instance-based, meaning that, you know, people can't just randomly join you. These guys are running at me. It's kind of making me feel uncomfortable a little bit. And so you have to be in a party to be with them. It's not technically a open world type deal. So random people can't just come in here and start killing things with me and whatnot. They have to actually join my party, and then we go from there. Which isn't so bad, because when you're farming, it can be annoying to have people just come and take your farm or your mobs, and then you have to either wait or find a different place. So that's nice. If you don't want help and you just want to do it by yourself, then that's always an option. So we're just going to keep killing stuff, learning a little bit more about the game as we go. I do not know much about the end game, so I can't tell you too much about that. Mobbing in this game gets a lot better later on. Potions in this game are pretty cool in the sense that you get bottles and you decide what you want in those, I believe. And then that didn't work. Oh, I'm out of mana. And they refill over time, as you can see here. The bottle's almost full, and so you don't have to continuously rebuy potions over and over again. You just get I think you can get bigger bottles that you can put health and mana into, and so obviously it recovers more when you go into it. And I like that element, you know. It's kind of frustrating to buy potions all day every day and just kind of end up burning all your money into it. So it's nice to have a little variety in the game. There's also different kinds of potions you can have. I'm pretty sure there's like buffs and whatnot, but for the moment we have those. So I leveled up, and they're already making me make my first decision. I can get dexterity or I can get accuracy. And accuracy leads me into attack speed, which leads into projectile speed. I don't know what the difference between, oh, projectile just being damage. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go down this one because I really like attack speed. So I'm going to go down that for now. And I am dying currently. So let me put this one in there, apply points, and then we're going to kill this mean guy here that's beating me up. And there's dead bodies. You can check the corpses. There's nothing in the corpse. And then you have this stuff going on. You have me kiting and almost dying. You have me really dying, actually. And you have me mana, and now I'm dying more. And that's fun. But I'm gonna have to say that's about all I can show you guys. If you want to find out more, obviously you can play it and get farther than I am because I'm not obviously that good. The game is free to play. If you haven't found out, you can visit the website. You know, it's in simple download, or I believe we'll put one in the description. If you liked the video, obviously like the video and subscribe to us, because we put awesome videos like this out like every day almost. And I'm going to thank you guys for watching FreeMMOStation. This was Reese bringing you Path of Exile, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.